Previously on
Well, before we start, I will pay to see John do that dance.
What, the Gangnam dance?
Yes, I would love to see him do that.
Or get face painted by Picasso?
Yes.
That too. No, please, John. Laffnie, don't. Not that. Maybe the other thing.
Yeah, all right. No, John, actually do the Gangnam dance. Someone will teach you how to do it, and then you do your own
Yes,
version.
that I'll do. I'm
All right.
happy to do that.
Cool. I think it'll be
In
hilarious.
clothes. Thanks.
It's not a naked thing.
No, thank you.
All right.
Yes.
So, what's happening? Where are you? It looks
I'm
like an
actually
office.
back in South Africa. I got back yesterday from Canada. It was it was a long trip. Felt like a train hit me yesterday, but feeling a little better today.
All right, and listen, commiserations. Guys put up a good fist, but I couldn't help but, while I was watching some of the Davis Cup, first of all, we must be very chuffed of our doubles thing. I mean, Daniel Nestor is no spring chicken when it comes to playing doubles tennis at a top level, and I think our guys did bloody well to keep us alive in that tie going into the final day. But, once again, it's I just think if, Kevin Anderson there, we're in the world group.
100%, Darren. I think that's one of the most frustrating things is that we know if he plays, we have a much better chance of getting into the world group, and then there's more money, more sponsors, and all the stuff that he wants to play will be so much easier to get it. So it is disappointing, but very proud of the boys. They fought hard. It was a tough task, especially with Rick pulling out. On Thursday morning, and we also had a big scare with Isak on Thursday afternoon. He went for an MRI scan on his back. For him to come out and play 3 matches on the weekend, put his body on the line, we're very proud of him.
Yeah. I forgot. Obviously, Rick also had to pull out. So now, what happens now? We still remain in Group 1, right? Is that and we have to go through the whole process again?
Yeah, we have Group 1. The draw was done today. We have a bye in the first round, and then we seeded 3 for the Group 1, and then we play the winners of Poland and Slovenia. If we win that match, then we're in the World Group playoff again. So we basically have to win 1 match next year to be in the same position.
Okay, what is the status now? Because Johnny was saying a little earlier that South Africa or whatever, still want him to play, but he's going to have to kind of somehow compromise on the demands cash-wise and financially on what he's going to want to be able to play for us. Is that the bottom line?
Ian made a statement yesterday saying that this, Kevin brought out a letter 6 hours before the tie that timely I thought was very bad. 6 hours before we had to play this important tie, he came out with a statement saying his reasoning why he's not playing. One thing that I just have to make clear, and people must know this, people are under the impression that the tennis players have to pay for their own flights, own accommodation to play Davis Cup for South Africa. That's untrue. Tennis South Africa pays all the expenses. There's no expense for any player to play Davis Cup. On top of that, we do share the prize money that we get, and when we play in the World Group playoff, that prize money is not 10 or 20,000, it's more than that. Just to give you an idea. So guys are not playing for free. A lot of people think that's the case, and it's not the case. The other thing that upsets the players is that they also have expenses. They also have coaches that they have to pay for. They also have to put their bodies on the line. They also have a career, and if they play Davis Cup, they get injured. They're in the same boat. But
case in point, this year,
still they prepared to go out there. Isak, MRI on his back. He could be out for 2-3 weeks, 4 weeks. Same with Rick now. Rick's out for 3 weeks, but they commit to play for their country. And I just feel that to say you're proudly South African and you're passionate about your country, at some stage you need to make a sacrifice. And if you look at history, Kevin played in 2008 and he played in 2011, and both those years was years when he got money from SATA on top of the prize money. He's actually sending the message that I will only play if you pay me. And unfortunately, that's not good for us. We would like him to play because obviously, he's a world-class player and he can beat those guys. But the other guys in the team has exactly the same problems and issues that he has to deal with. And in that sense, it leaves a bitter taste.
Yeah. Because Gerald, what essentially happens or could happen, we spoke to Jeff Kutsia earlier this week on Monday, and I said to him, if we don't get someone like Kevin back in the fold, you will end up being in this constant position of trying to go up a level and then being relegated essentially, and the whole cycle just begins all over again.
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, Rick and Isak, Raven, they're all getting on the older side. We've got to start looking at the younger guys. That's why I constantly try and give the younger guys an opportunity. Nick Scholes came out, he really played well against Raonic. He has 2 years left in college that I think is great for him. I think that's the route a lot of our youngsters must take because of there's no sponsorships. It's very expensive to travel and to try to become a professional tennis player. So he did well. It was great exposure for him. He was exposed to playing against a guy that's top 15 in the world. I think he learned a lot from this weekend that he can take back with his coach. His college coach was there as well. We had a chat with him what we thought that Nick needed to work on, and hopefully in the next few months they can start working on those things, and we can give him more opportunities to play.
Yeah, and I mean in the tennis world, I mean you do get upsets and you do get it's not like golf where anyone in the top 100 could literally win a tournament. I mean even outside the top 100 sometimes it's just over a 4-day period. But tennis is a different game, and when you are putting someone up that's, I mean, where's Isak ranked?
Yeah, Isak's ranked 195 and Rick's ranked 175.
And Raonic is
they really have to step it up. And, especially in a World Group playoff when you're playing against guys that's ranked in the top 100, top 50 in the world.
Well, and he was number 15. What's it, Milos Raonic, eh? So, I mean, he's number 15. When do you ever see, once in a blue moon, do you see someone ranked 195 beating someone that's ranked 15? So you kind of go into this thing going, it's literally going to be a 1 in 100 chance to see your guy turn over a guy that's in the top 20 in the world. So it's that's what kind of makes it very, very awkward. It's not like it's even if he puts on his best player, sometimes this guy's chances are he's not going to win the game. So over 5 sets, it makes it very tough.
Yeah, it's a tough task, but like in doubles, the guy showed. I mean, beating Nesta and then it was great for us. They kept the tie alive. They really played well. We were always capable of stepping up in doubles, but in the singles it is tough. And we have to look at the youngsters. What are we going to do with the youngsters? How are we going to give them opportunities to play and get exposure outside of South Africa? Because that's the best thing to do. And right now the college route, for me, it's the best way to go. You get a scholarship. You have a lot of guys to practice against. You have a great, you have coaches. You have strength and conditioning coaches that can help you. And after 4 years, when you 21, 22, you step onto the world tour. Everything is a little older. Average age now is 27 of guys in the top 100. So at 22, they're more matured. They're educated, and then they can do better on the tour.
Was Kevin's very lengthy response, which I sort of glanced through? I mean, was that in response to the chat we had with you and Robbie Koenig on our show?
No, I mean he just felt that he said that he heard a lot of comments that were made. He actually said said he fabricated an injury, but in his statement he said he was injured, and that's the reason why he's not playing and needed some rehab. And he just said about all his expenses that he needed to pay, and there was no insurance for him if he gets injured in Davis Cup. He actually said he got injured in Davis Cup, but his injury actually happened earlier in the year, in the summer. So, when he got injured, every time he stepped to the tennis court on an ATP event or Davis Cup, he had a possibility of re-injuring that knee.
Yeah.
So, I can say that the decision that he's making is wrong. He can make whatever decision he wants to make. I just feel that people need to know all the facts, and the facts is that he's not have to pay for free. The other guys also, they do get paid to play for South Africa, and all their expenses are paid, and they have to go exactly through the same obstacles that he's going through, and they're making less money on the tour than Kevin, so they may actually have a bigger issue.
Have you spoken to him in the last few days or weeks, or did you have any communication during that tie? Did he send any messages, or was it just sort of silence?
No, and I think that's why the guys are also a little disappointed, because even at the US Open, he didn't sit down and talk to us about his decision. And then 6 hours before we have to start playing this tie, he writes this letter on his blog. So the guys were not too happy about it, because I mean, how much do you care about a team and the guys that's in that team if you do that?
All right. Well, hopefully there will be some resolution, and as I say, there's nothing nicer than getting back into that world group. And as I say, the rest of the team also, they will rely on Kevin Anderson to help get them there. That's he's our highest ranked tennis player. He's beaten some of these a lot of big guns already, and he's still climbing in his career. So from a national point of view, it helps these guys make a bit more money as well.
We know with him in the team, we really have a good shot of qualifying. There's 2 ties now. When we played in 2009 against India, we have a great shot of qualifying, and he opted to go and play 2 challenges. If you get into the world group, suddenly you have an opportunity to play against a Federer and Nadal. America, then you can draw big sponsors that want to get involved, not just in Davis Cup, but in the whole development of tennis. And again, 2012 against Canada, if he played, we would have had a great shot of getting into the world group. But we've got to, hopefully we can sort out this, the issues, and we can get Kevin to commit to play for South Africa and have him in the team and help us get to the world group. That's where we want to be. That's our goal. And we're not going to stop trying until we get there.
All right, JL. Well, thanks a lot for giving us an update from that side. Commiserations, but good luck. As they say, you got to buy, and then you got to win one more game, and you get another shot at it. And hopefully by then it's all resolved, and we can send our strongest team to take on whoever.
Thanks, Darren, and thanks for your guys' support. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, JL. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
John-Laffnie de Jager back home after the Davis Cup loss against Canada.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays live on balls.co.za. Balls.co.za.